What is up, everyone? Phil back again. All you farm toy collectors for replicas of the past. In this video I wanted to do my favorite top 5 1/16 scale 4-wheel drives in my collection. I don't have a vast array. I've got like 20 maybe. I took a picture here showing it of 4-wheel drives that are 1/16 of my collection. But the ones I do have are the ones I really enjoy anyway. We'll start with number 5 and let's do that now. Alright everybody, here's number 5 of my top 5 favorite 1/16 scale 4-wheel drives in my collection. This is the 1/16 scale IH4366 4-wheel drive, produced by Scale Models back in probably, I'm guessing maybe the 90s. It's a pretty cool replica. It's not super detailed like a lot of the rest of them in my list here are going to be pretty finely detailed, but this in here is just classic. And it's a shame that Ertl has not did any of these old international 4-wheel drives in 1/16. To me, that's a dang shame. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you think about it, through the years they did almost every John Deere 1/16, but they did not hit any 66 series, any of the or the 86 series, that any of them. That's just weird to me that they didn't do any 1/16 scale of these. Scale Models did this, and I mean, if you look at it close, it's a rough cast and all that, but it's still it's a thing, you know, that's out there that I would love to see. I'm hoping with this Prestige Select lineup of Case IH, the 1460 Combine, I think, is the first one. I'm hoping it goes the way of the John Deere, and the next two were 4-wheel drives. Me, myself, I would love to see a Traction King, a 1/16 scale in that line, and then one of these, either a 66 or even an 86 series white cab in that Prestige Select line. Hopefully, I kind of hope that the Case IH line follows in tow of what they did with the John Deere line and that stuff. It's been 2 straight 4-wheel drive releases, or 3 actually, technically, and one coming next spring with the 8850. But this is classic. I love it because it's an actual thing that somebody put out 1/16 scale. It's so rare. It's pretty awesome. But this is my number 5 and my top 5 favorite 4-wheel drive tractors 1/16 scale in my collection, the IH4366. Let's move on. I wanted to give information on each one just quickly. There is a video for this tractor on my channel in the archives. This tractor was produced by IH between 1973 and 76, part of the 66 series. Steiger built, says right here, Steiger built. So a lot of this, you're going to notice are Steiger built probably, this list. It was $37,360 in 1976. 163.1 drawbar tested, the engine 225 horsepower. Pretty cool. Alright, we'll move on to number 4 and let's do that now. Alright everyone, number 4 on my list, my favorite, top 5 favorite 1/16 scale 4-wheel drives in my collection is this. The Ertl 1/16 scale AC Alice Chalmers 440. It's a pretty classic old tractor. I have never actually seen one of these in real life. It is the 50th anniversary Alice Chalmers tractor. Got it last year, I believe. Pretty awesome tractor. There is also video in my archives on my channel of this tractor as well. The real tractor, the Alice Chalmers 440, built between 1973 through 77. Once again, Steiger built. Drawbar 165 horsepower, engine 218 horsepower. It's pretty awesome. Like I said, I've never seen one in real, but they're just a very unique looking, awesome. Made it look like Alice Chalmers with the girl styling and all that, which is cool. But clearly it's also, you can tell it's a Steiger if you look at some of the old Steigers from this era as well. But this is number 4 on my top 5 favorite 1/16 scale 4-wheel drives, the Chalmers 440 50th anniversary. We'll move on to number 3 right now. Alright everybody, here's number 3 in my top 5 favorite 1/16 scale 4-wheel drives in my collection. This is the Steiger Panther Series 3 PTA 325 dual wheeled. It's a very rare tractor to find nowadays, pretty expensive. It's pretty detailed for its age and everything, nice space duals and all that. Looks really nice actually, pretty cool. The real tractor released by Steiger in 1983-82, Series 3, 4-wheel drive tractor, Fargo, North Dakota, of course. Original price $110,000, 1982. Just says engine horsepower is 325, so I'm guessing the PT 325 is an indication of the horsepower of the engine. Pretty cool, pretty classic. There's a nice picture of the real one on tractordata.com. Really neat looking 4-wheel drive tractor, classic. Remember seeing many of these in my younger days, farming fields around my area. Steiger was fairly prevalent in my area, even before Case IH and after Case IH bought it. It's been pretty relevant in my area anyway, of Southwest Ohio. This is number 3 in my top 5 favorite 1/16 scale 4-wheel drives, the Steiger Panther Series 3 PTA 325. Let's move on to number 2 and let's do that now. Alright everyone, number 2 on my list, top 5 1/16 scale 4-wheel drives in my collection. This is the John Deere WA17 release in the Prestige Select line. There was a WA17 and a WA14, and I did initially buy them both through Outback Toys, but I ended up kind of figured I'd only keep one, and I kept the 17 and sold the 14 basically for what I gave for it, like $325 or whatever. I didn't really overprice it, so it went to a good home, I'm sure, and I still kept this one. It's a really classic looking tractor. Of course everybody knows the Wagoner actually built these for John Deere when they were in transition from the 8010 to try to make a successful 4-wheel drive unit, and Wagner kind of, from what I understand, screwed herself over and signed a 5-year non-compete contract with John Deere, so it kind of stopped them from making any more 4-wheel drives. It's kind of crazy. The real tractor, WA17, was built between 1968 through 1970. Of course, it says Wagoner built right there. Total built, there was only 28 of the WA17s. Original price was $41,750 in 1969. Drawbar 220 horsepower, engine 280. It's a really classic looking tractor, and it's basically a Wagoner, you know, private labeled to John Deere, but it's a really classic looking design of an old classic 4-wheel drive for sure. Number 2, the John Deere WA17 release from the Prestige Select line. Alright, we'll move on to number 1, and let's do that now. Alright everybody, number 1, can't leave the biggest one of them all out. This is the 1/16 scale Big Bud 16B 747. Biggest tractor in the world. Actually got this one from Dalton Farm Toys a couple years ago. I'm very proud of this thing. It was not cheap. It was very pricey, but I got it. It's super detailed. There's also a video of this in the archives on my channel as well. All these, there's videos on them in my channel. But it was such a big purchase, but it was so nice to finally get my hands on one of these. It's just a majestic piece to have in a collection. The real tractor, the Big Bud 16B 747, built 1978. Total built 1 in Havre, Montana. Original price was $300,000 in 1978. It says the Big Bud 16B 747 is the largest tractor made in the 20th century. It was custom ordered by Rossi Farms in California to pull ripper plows at 3 to 4 foot depths. 16B 747 is currently on display at the Heartland Museum in Clarion, Iowa. Since then, I think the Williams brothers in Montana bought the tractor and have got it there using it, to my knowledge. It says engine gross 960 horsepower. I think they amped it up to 1100. It can go up to 1100, and I think they did that. It's a pretty awesome replica here. This is my #1 favorite 1/16 scale 4-wheel drive in my collection. The Big Bud 16B 747, and it was produced by Diecast Products, I believe. It's really, really awesome. This is actually the 760 horsepower right here, it says, version. But they could be boosted all the way up to 1100. This is such a neat thing to have in a collection. Alright everyone, I'll close out my video. I want to thank everyone that always tunes in. This is Phil for Replicas of the Past. Y'all have a blessed day. We'll talk again soon.